What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Class Act, and we're on episode 8 today, and we're gonna be looking at the Galil. And I haven't done one of these in so long, but so many people had been requesting more Class Acts that I finally came out of retirement to do a couple of these. With Modern Warfare 3 coming out, I've got a renewed interest in class setups and that. So I'm gonna dust the rust off, and I'm gonna bring you a couple of my classes. We're gonna be looking at 3 classes today. First one on your screen can be used in domination or TDM, whatever you want. It relies on the dual mags and hardline setup to get you more kill streaks. Sleight of hand is my personal preference. I run ninja as of late because I like to sound whore people. As far as like tactical grenades, I like Nova Gas when I'm playing in objective modes like domination or like demolition, but concussion grenades are a really good alternative. Now, as far as the jammer, I use the jammer a lot, especially in the objective types, which we're playing here. You can put it on an important spot such as B, the bombs and demolitions, a search and destroy bomb, and it kind of just blocks out the radar, makes it a little bit easier to kind of go undercover since you are using an unsilent weapon. I like the dual mags obviously for the boost and ammo, but the main purpose of this class is the fact that you can rely on hardline to get some low kill streaks a lot. So I'm running right here, I'm running counter UAV, napalm, and Valkyrie rockets, and you're probably like, Valkyrie rockets? Who runs that kill streak? I've been running kill streaks that are a little bit more fun as of late because Black Ops gets boring when you run the same old stuff, and Valkyrie rockets aren't as useless as people think they are. And right there is a good example of how good the Galil hipfire can be. It actually has pretty decent hipfire, contrary to popular belief. It does shoot a lot slower than like the AUG or the FAMAS, which I'm sure a lot of people know, but it makes up in like high damage because it is one of the higher damage assault rifles, and it's probably one of the best silent assault rifles, which we'll see a little bit later in the video. And I don't think that's a secret to anyone. Black Ops has been out so long that a lot of people know, the ins and outs of the game, what guns are good, what guns are bad. These classes aren't supposed to be some sort of like end all to class setups. Basically what I'm trying to show you is some things that I use that work. They're not necessarily the best for, depending on what kind of style of play you use, but they are some options for you guys in case you're still wondering what the best classes are to use. I would suggest if you haven't tried out the jammer and you play a lot of like domination, for instance, you try it out. Also, the dual mags are probably the best attachment for any assault rifle, just because, especially if you're not using scavenger, because you can you combo with sleight of hand and you almost get an instant reload, and not to mention the fact that you can aim down sights much quicker. But if you prefer a more laid back, less aggressive style, this is a really good TDM class right here. Basically all we've changed is we put extended mags on with the red dot. Secondaries aren't really important, but scavenger is going to keep you refilled. But most importantly, it's going to keep your concussions and frags refilled because you get the little bonus effect of having Warlord Pro. Now, attack mask, you got the concussion grenades to kind of tell where people are, and you can keep resupplying those with scavengers, so it makes it really, really useful. Now, you might be wondering why I chose red dot when the Galil has such good iron sights. Well, that's an interesting question. It's not a dumb question. I personally prefer the red dot on most of my assault rifles because I feel like it can make me play a little bit more precise. That's just my personal preference. If you don't want to use the red dot and you prefer a silencer on this class, by all means do it. If you don't want the red dot and you don't want to use Warlord, switch it up for sleight of hand. I just like the fact that Warlord does give you the option to have more concussion grenades, and with TacMask Pro it shows you where everybody's at. So I'm using extended mags here because the Galil has the largest assault rifle extended mag. It is 50 rounds, which is pretty impressive considering that you start with 35, which is already 5 more than the other assault rifles. So you're working with a lot of ammo here, and I reload more than I probably need to. But since I have on Warlord, it really saves you from having to worry about reloading when you don't need to. Since you're giving up sleight of hand, reloads are going to be much slower. But I mean, the Galil has a pretty quick reload to begin with, so I don't really see it as a big disadvantage. Like I said, the red dot is personal preference. If you're good with the Galil iron sights, by all means, use a different attachment. This is just a class I use and it works. I actually enjoy using this class quite a bit. Any Galil Warlord class is probably one of my favorite Galil classes, and you've probably seen me use it throughout my channel, throughout the history of Black Ops, because I don't think it's any secret that the Galil is probably one of the best assault rifles in the game. Like I said, it doesn't have a good rate of fire. It has a pretty solid rate of fire, so you don't go through ammo like you do with the FAMAS and AUG, but it does have a really high damage, and it has a little bit better recoil than like the AK-47, because the AK-47 and the Commando do the same damage as the Galil, but it seems like this weapon's recoil is a little bit easier to control, and even more so in my opinion with the red dot, because like I said, you can be a lot more precise with it as opposed to like the AK-47 bounces up and down a lot, and you can sometimes lose targets in the recoil. But this class right here is the final class I want to show you, which is really good for domination or even like solo TDM. And you've probably seen this class on my channel. I call it my ghost busting class. I use Tac Mask Pro and Warlord Pro because I love Tac Mask Pro, but I'm using Flak Jacket because I hate claymores and I hate random nades. This is actually a clip from one of the games I posted not too long ago, but I think it highlights the strength of the weapon to a T, because the silencer basically keeps you from exposing yourself, and I think that's really important. So basically the only thing we've changed here is we've taken off Scavenger and we put on a silencer instead of extended mags, and this class works great. A lot of people know the strengths of the Silent Galil. I don't think it's any secret, but hopefully you guys learned a few things about some of the Galil classes I like to run. And if you could do me a favor, I'm going to put the link to my Respawn app in the description. It's going to be a link to the video. If you have an account on the Respawn app, go over there and vote this up. It really helps. I spent a lot of time on making these for you guys, and all it takes is a few minutes. If you don't have an account, sign up. It's super easy. And I really appreciate it, guys. Like I said, these take a lot of time to make, but I hope you have a great day and enjoy the Sunday football. Peace.